Is Richie Blackmore your brother? Is Richie Blackmore my brother? My brother! Hey, what's up YouTubers? Lee John Blackmore here at Super Easy Guitar. So you're probably expecting a Electric Tuesday, but as you can see, I'm not in my studio at home and I definitely don't have an electric guitar. So I asked a few days ago on Instagram, if you have any questions, I will give you some answers. So Patrick, he writes, Paddy 52 from Norfolk, genuine question. How do I unlearn a year's worth of poor guitar skills and start again from scratch? Well, obviously the very first thing you can do is go to my YouTube channel, or hopefully you're already here, and you can look up Zero to Hero, or you can find something really easy and basic. I can put some links below. Which bands got you into rock and roll, and which genre is your favorite? So yeah, I guess rock and roll is going to be my favorite genre, and when I was a kid it was bands like, well, musicians like Eric Clapton and Mark Knopfler. So I was kind of, you know, just brought up on my mother's record collection and my auntie's record collection, which was very diverse. So my mother's was like Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin and that kind of stuff, and I lived with my auntie as well, and she was very eclectic. She used to listen to Bob Marley, The Jam, you know, just tons and tons of R&B, punk, everything really. So you can safely say that rock and roll is one of my favorite genres, okay? And that's what got me started. What's the very first song you ever played on the guitar? Wow, the very first song I ever played on the guitar, it was a long time ago, and it was probably Knocking on Heaven's Door by Bob Dylan, except I was probably playing the Eric Clapton version. And then later on, when I was a teenager, Guns N' Roses released their Use Your Illusion 2 album, and they had a cover of that on there. But I think it was probably Knocking on Heaven's Door. That was probably one of the first songs I learned to play. Maybe Should I Stay or Should I Go by The Clash, which I remember being quite difficult. And then the first kind of bar chord song I learned was Hotel California. What's your favourite band, and what's your favourite song from that band? Well, it changes from week to week, but currently Rival Sons, well, they're not that new. They're kind of like Led Zeppelin. Some people say they rip off Led Zeppelin, but I think they're cool. They're kind of like a fresh take on their sound, you know. And Pressure and Time is the song I'm listening to at the moment. So I'm sat inside now and I have to be really quiet because there's a lot of people around. So the next question was from my friend Lauren, and she said, when are we going surfing? And we can go surfing anytime you like. We just need to arrange a date. However, if you can't wait for me, go and stay with my good friend Brian at Pro Surf Morocco in Agadir. He's got a wonderful surf school. He'll put you up. His sister will cook amazing Moroccan food, and you can go to beautiful surf spots every day. I'll put a link in the description below, so check out his stuff if you're into that kind of thing. How do I look after my guitars? I guess you're asking me. I don't. When they need work, I take them to a good friend of mine, Mark Silk, and he builds guitars and he does all my custom stuff. You might have seen I post pictures on Instagram. However, if you're just talking about general maintenance, when the strings start sounding a bit dull, I mean, I kind of like it when they sound dull, it gives them a bit of character, but when they start sounding a bit dull, just change them off, give the fretboard a wipe, put a new set on, let them bed in for a couple of days, don't overstretch them in the beginning, and yeah, that's it. I don't really do a lot of maintenance. I leave that to the professionals. So if I'm going away on tour or something, I'll get it all done by my good friend Mark. So this is my breakfast, and of course, as soon as I turn the camera on, someone decides to start grinding something in the background. So my next question here: do I look like a Bond villain in this chair? What is your favourite instrument besides the guitar, and can you play it? Well, I play the bass, but you don't often see me playing the bass. And most of my friends will argue that I play the bass like a guitar, which I probably do. But I'm very fond of the piano. I started playing the piano when I was a kid, before I picked up the guitar. But I lived in like a flat, like an apartment, so you needed a piano back then. So the guitar just, you know, made more sense. And I'm not very good actually. I can play a bit, but when I go out and I see pianists I love, that's definitely my second favourite instrument, if you like. See, I can't pronounce these. Prosic Radium. Okay, Prosic Radium. What do you like to do except from guitar playing? Any hobbies or free time activity? So I guess when I'm not playing the guitar, I'm probably writing music, or it's always something musical. However, I do like to get out and hike and surf and slackline. I'm not particularly good at any of them, but it's something I enjoy doing, and if you come to my house, I'll cook you a meal. So yeah, there's a few things I enjoy. I hope that answers your question. JDog10_. Do you like soccer, and if so, who do you support? Now, when I was a kid, I used to follow Liverpool, probably because all my friends did. But no, I don't really have a lot of time for soccer. I don't dislike it. When I'm in Morocco with my brothers, they're all Real Madrid fans, so I'll watch Real Madrid. But that, I don't particularly follow a team, and I'm sure if I did, I wouldn't share it either, because I'd probably upset people as well, right? My top 5 favourite bands of all time? That's a difficult one. In no particular order, off the top of my head, Guns N' Roses. Oh, it's too hard. The Police. Nirvana, I'm just naming bands now. Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, definitely one of my favourite bands. How many's that? Best technique for training power chords. The best technique for training anything, whether it's power chords, bar chords, scales, the best technique is just to keep trying, just keep practicing. You know, if you're practicing power chords and it doesn't sound good, that usually means there's something wrong. So, you know, it's kind of learning how to judge what sounds good, where your fingers are. It's not actually as technical as you think. Just pick a really simple song, maybe something like Nirvana, something with 4 or 5 chords. Just keep on moving those power chords. Maybe just start on the bottom string, coming up and down the fretboard, so with the root always on the E string, okay? Yeah, I didn't want to bring the guitar with me. Come on, let's go. Is Ritchie Blackmore your brother? Is Ritchie Blackmore my brother? My brother! Ritchie Blackmore must be about, I don't know, 73 or something? Is he my brother? Really? How old do I look? No. Definitely not my brother. How do you read musical notes? I guess you're trying to say. Well, you know, that's something you're going to need to, I can't answer in just 5 minutes. That's an entire lesson, that's an entire course. But start by learning all the notes on one string on your guitar, okay? And then move on from there to the next string and so on, and then you can start matching those to what happens on paper. Personally, I don't read musical score. I never have done. I use these, much more powerful. Who are you inspired by the most? Well, I'm never inspired by one single person at a time. Well, probably I am, but it's all different people. It's never just one person. You know, things change. I might watch a movie and be really inspired by a director. I might be on Instagram and be massively inspired by a photographer. I might come to a destination like this and be inspired by the surroundings. So it's always different things. But I guess you're asking me for like a one single guitarist or rock star. I guess when I was growing up, it was like people like Slash. I was thought he was really cool. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix. You know, all the great guitarists, and not only guitarists, singer-songwriters. People like Bob Dylan. You know, not an amazing guitarist, not an amazing singer, amazing songwriter. Yes, but you can take inspiration from a lyric, a line. How tall am I? I'm 5'10" and a bit. Okay, next. When did I start playing the guitar? I can't really remember, but it was probably between the age of 9 or 10. I was given a guitar, and I probably didn't start playing it properly until I was probably about 11 years old. I remember having it for a while. It hurt my fingers, and it had these really thick steel strings on. So yeah, probably I'll say from about the age of 11, like, you know, but I didn't have a teacher, so, you know, I probably didn't start playing properly until I was maybe 15 or something like that, maybe a bit older. What do I do, or what do you do when you're stuck in a guitar rut? Well, I do it every single week, and I learn a new song, and I try and learn a new song that's slightly outside of my comfort zone. I don't always do tutorials on them, but I'm always learning songs in the background. I'm always doing new stuff. So I suggest go and watch some live music footage of your favourite bands. Pick something outside of your genre, pick something outside of your comfort zone. You'll learn some new skills, and you'll be on your way to getting out of that guitar rut, get away from that pentatonic scale or whatever you're using over and over and over. And yeah, just constantly change and try new things, whether it's bossa nova or jazz or blues or rock and roll, it doesn't really matter, just try something different. So, ridiculous question, why am I so friggin' awesome? Well, I'm not. You are friggin' awesome for supporting me and helping me do what I love to do, and you keep on coming back and clicking on those like buttons and sharing my stuff, and it means a hell of a lot to me. So you guys are friggin' awesome, so thank you very much. So I don't have my Facebook app with me, I'm trying to chill out, but I had a couple of questions on Facebook. Off the top of my head, what would be the coolest animal blown up to the size of a horse or something like that? The most ridiculous question, which is from probably Paul Nichols in Scotland. Probably my dog, right? Of course, I'd love to jump on the back of my dog and let him take me for a walk. That would make a nice change. And Phil Schmiegel, another friend of mine, he's just like, why? Well, why not, Phil? Come on, get with it. Now, leave me alone because I want to enjoy the rest of my holiday. See you guys next week.